Hi, right, you're in a civil partnership with Ash, is that right?
Yeah, we did our civil partnership back in 2006.
Okay, so you're pretty quick off the marks then, really, you two?
Yeah, well, I always said, because me and Ash have been together like 12 years now, that as soon as, I said if it ever became legal that we could have a civil partnership or a marriage in this country, then we'd do it. And as soon as they announced it, well, I proposed straight away. So
how important was that for you, Natalie? How important?
Well, by that time we'd got our first child, Gianna, and it was just really feeling it, what we felt for each other.
Is that an adopted child, is it?
No, we had Gia through a sperm donor.
Okay.
And so Gia was already 1 year old, and I just thought that by having a civil partnership, or if there had been a marriage, we would have done that. Then it meant that Ash had, legal rights then over the child that we'd created together. So.
Did it feel any different the day you had your civil partnership? Did you feel any difference between each other? Was there a bigger bond there, stronger bond? What was the feeling?
It was like a stronger bond because both of our families came together, and it just showed that there was real acceptance for all the times that you think or that there has been any sort of homophobia around. You realise that there's nothing there at all, and they're really happy for you because you're actually promising yourself to each other in front of all the closest people to you. So it really seals you together then and makes you stronger.
You say there's no homophobia around. I mean, has anybody made any comments since you've had your civil partnership to your face?
We haven't, but I just think it's all about equality. And if we're not allowed to do it, then it wouldn't really be. It's not really fair, is it?
So do you think that this country should go the whole hog and have marriage? So you could walk down the aisle if you wanted to in a church with Ash?
Yeah, I think it should, because if it's not allowed, then it's obviously discrimination against homosexuality. And we're the same as everybody else. We're paying into the system. We're paying into we're paying tax, national insurance like everybody else. So why shouldn't we be allowed the same sort of, the same rights and the same like marriage as they're having? There are a lot of churches out there that are quite happy to allow, that said that they don't allow civil partnerships there in the past and haven't been allowed to. And by allowing this marriage, then of course these buildings will be allowed to be used for these marriages then.
Are you particularly religious yourself?
Well, I was brought up in the Catholic religion, and
so what were the teachings for you then as a little girl in the Catholic religion about your sexuality?
Well, it was always that I was going to meet the right guy, get married, and then have children. It just happened that
was that confusing to you?
It was, because obviously you fight it a lot when you start having these feelings because you don't think it's right because you've been taught that it isn't. It's only since then, since I've joined other groups like Ghana, which is a humanist society, that you actually realise that there's a lot of you out there that have all had the same sort of teaching, and it's just the way that it's been delivered. And really, only God will be the judge, at the end of the day. And I don't know. I mean, you just meet a lot of great people out there after leaving the church, sort of thing. I honestly thought when the Pope changed the other year that the new Pope would embrace homosexuality and just say, let's just move on.
How wrong you were.
I know. And, there's so many, former Catholics that would still quite happily say they are Catholics, just that they're not actually going to church anymore.
So do you see yourself still as a Catholic that doesn't go to church? And would you go to church if things changed?
I think that if it changed, then there wouldn't be a problem. We had issues when we wanted to baptise Gianna when she was born, and we wanted to have her christened, and I approached the church. They just said, we can't do this. We're quite happy for you to come in, and we'll christen Gia. But obviously, if you want Ash to come with you, then we won't be able to do it. So it's quite happily if I represented myself as a single parent, but wasn't happy that if I came in as a gay couple. And I just said, well, that's never going to happen because this is me taking a stand now as in a gay relationship, and this is a family unit, and I'm not going to, pretend it's not happened or, lie to our daughter about it. So
I'm kind of thinking in your lifetime you never even thought you'd have a civil partnership. That's past, of course, now. So in your lifetime, do you think that it will change, that there will be same-sex marriage?
I don't see that they can't allow it. Like I say, I just think it's discrimination by not allowing us to have a marriage. And so I think it has to go through, really, because of, you know, with so many people now requesting this to go through, that it is going to go through and it will happen. And there's only more and more support that's, you know, growing behind it. You know, and I kind of think as well that as a kid, you know, you see your family and your friends all, you know, getting married that are heterosexual, and it's something in your own head that you always wanted. So I just think that, you know, when it becomes a reality, there's a lot of money to be made from it.
Yeah, well, that's another route, isn't it, of course, to take marriage and how much can be made out of it as well. Natalie, thank you very much for coming on the show and sharing your thoughts tonight.
Okay, thank you.
The late night Graham trying to be